yourself?
My name is Perry Chorin. Right now I am the chair of the board of the Lupus Foundation for America, DC, Maryland, Virginia chapter.
What was it like having a family member who had lupus?
It was tough. By way of background, my mom was diagnosed with lupus when I was really young. We were living in Colorado. I was born and raised in Colorado. We were living in Colorado when she was diagnosed. I was probably 9 or 10 years old. And I remember it really, really well. It's one of the most significant memories of my childhood. My dad and my mom brought my sister and I into their living room and basically told us that she had been diagnosed with lupus, also some other diagnoses that accompanied lupus. But they basically told us that she was no longer going to be able to practice dentistry. She was a dentist. And they asked us if we were still going to remember if she was a dentist. And that was the first time that I'd heard of lupus. That was the first time I knew that she had been diagnosed with it. So as a little kid, you don't really know what to expect. It was a very tough time, but she was an extremely strong woman. She handled the diagnosis really, really well. She kind of hid it from my sister and I, but it was always, in the forefront of her mind. Always kind of in the back of our minds as we were growing up, but it was definitely a main central focus of our family. She and my dad were heavily involved with the Lupus Foundation, and gave me a real personal connection to this chapter. When I moved to DC, I realized I really wanted to get involved more than I had been, and I reached out to the chapter, started getting involved with fundraising, ended up becoming a member of the board. Now I'm the chair of the board. So it gave me a really nice personal connection. Unfortunately, it ended negatively, as a lot of these things do. She passed away 4 years ago from lupus. But that personal connection I have to the cause is invaluable in terms of the energy and motivation I have for fundraising.
What is the DC Walk to End Lupus now?
So it's a fundraising event. It's May 20th. It is on the Lincoln Memorial this year. Basically, it's a fundraising event for the chapter. It's one of our biggest annual fundraisers to raise money for the things that we do year in, year out. And it's basically a big fun party. We meet at the Lincoln Memorial steps. We end up doing a walk around the reflection pool. And it's a time to learn about lupus, interact with people that have lupus, interact with friends, family, coworkers. It's a very big event. We try to raise as much money as possible for the chapter, and it's just an opportunity to make sure that people in DC know what we do and know what our cause is. I participate in the walk probably for many reasons. First is tradition. As I said, when I moved to DC, I got involved with the chapter. I did the Baltimore walk the first year that I got involved. And so being a part of one of the walks has always been a tradition of mine, trying to host a team, be a team captain, get as many of my friends, family, coworkers to be on the team with me, and raise as much money as possible. So tradition, and then just the fun of it. Getting people involved, raising money for the chapter, taking part in the actual walk on May 20th, all of those things are fantastic. I look forward to this time of year. It lets people know what I'm up to, what the chapter's up to, and how they can be a part of it.
Why should people participate in this year's DC Walk to End Lupus now?
So the best answer is because of the weather, we moved the walk from April to May this year. So it's going to be a beautiful summer day. We're also blessed to be in DC, so we have the Lincoln Memorial and we have the reflection pool. So it's going to be, a beautiful, beautiful setting. But in terms of the cause and the mission, I would tell people that they should be involved with the walk because they should want to interact with people that have lupus, raise money for the chapter, find out what lupus is all about, find out what efforts are being made to help those with lupus, to try and find a cure. These type of things. You'd be surprised. Not many people have heard of lupus. Not many people know what it is. And this is an event, a very large event, to get people in DC, Maryland, and Virginia involved with our chapter, involved with the cause, fundraising for these things, fundraising for a cure. It's overall just a great event.
What's your favorite part about the walk?
My favorite part about the walk is probably the months leading up to it, the fundraising part of it. I reach out to my family and friends and coworkers. That's kind of the first thing that I do in terms of being being a team captain. And it gives me the opportunity to get in touch with a lot of people that I don't normally keep in touch with as much as I should. So friends from high school, friends from middle school, friends from Colorado, they donate every year. And this time of year is an opportunity for me to ask how they're doing and to see what's going on in their lives. And they're always ecstatic that I'm a part of the chapter and that I'm doing this. And then it's just a fun opportunity, the fundraising, to do events and get people involved here in DC. I host a silent auction party about 2 weeks before the walk. It's a silent auction. There's drink specials. There's donation boxes. It's a way to get my family and friends here in DC involved with the event. It's a really fun night. Things like that. The weeks and months leading up to it, you can just feel kind of the energy and the excitement with regards to kind of my team and with regards to the chapter. It's an exciting time.
How would you encourage others to reach their fundraising goals?
I would tell people just to be creative. The first line, the number one item always for team captains is for fundraising is, to email or call friends, family, coworkers, people that they know, their network, and that's a great first step. I would tell people the second step should be to get creative, whether that's a bowling party, a silent auction party like I run, a bake sale, anything at all where you can get our cause and our mission at the forefront and then raise some money in the meantime. It's tremendous. I think, in my experience, a lot of people in DC that own companies and own restaurants and own bars are willing to give us their space for free. They're willing to really help out when it comes to these fundraising events. So, don't be shy about asking a restaurant for, a reservation and all money going towards the chapter or something along these lines. There are 1,000 different ways to get creative with fundraising, and I would just really encourage people to think outside the box and just get creative and get involved and try to think of ideas that you haven't done in the past. Thank you.